from Madara Uchiha. I hardly think the anime egotists are worth the effort. Weakness disgusts me, and a weak podcast disgusts me even more. Anime egotists. Pathetic.
What's bonking, guys, and welcome back to Anime Egotists. My name's Alex, and no matter what happened in that last match, John Cena is still the best.
This is true.
Yeah, that said, I'm not with any of my usual co-hosts. I'm here with someone who hasn't been on in a while. Hell, a man who's accomplished a lot. A man who is one of the greatest coaches is in the current soccer day in the Georgia area. A man who's known for robotics and a lot of other things that I think to myself, maybe I should keep up with this guy a little bit more. Mr. Jabari Bennett, how are you, my friend?
I'm great, man. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. And I'm feeling a little hurt, though, because somebody's slandering one of our favorite characters.
Who?
Yeah.
Who are we slandering?
Mr. Itachi Uchiha.
Oh, yes, I've heard the slander on the interwebs.
Yeah, so Itachi Uchiha, one of the most popular characters in Naruto, has done some pretty controversial things, but there are a lot of people out there who assume that he's just straight up a bad guy.
I would have to disagree with that. Has he done bad things? Yes, but he is not a bad guy. You are a bad guy.
All right, so I want to get your takes on this because I've known you for a little too long at this point, and you and I have both been known to get pretty passionate about some of our favorite characters. So that's what we're here to talk about, explaining that Itachi did some bad stuff, but he's not necessarily a bad guy. Would you like to start us off?
Yes, I would. I would like to say, first and foremost, did Itachi terminate his own clan? Yes, he did. Did he want to do it? No. How old was he? Like 13 when he did it? No 13-year-old in their mind, like, well, I can't say that now these days, but still, in writing this, Kishimoto did not want Itachi to willingly just kill his clan just for the love of the game. You would honestly have to blame like Gonzo and Hiruzen both. Gonzo because let's be honest, he's insane. And then Hiruzen, because he was not able to, what's the word I'm looking for? Keep the peace in a way. But you could also, as always, bring everything back to the second Hokage, but I'll get to him last.
Yeah, and as much as I would love to turn this into a video of me saying maybe Hiruzen wasn't as bad as a lot of people say he's not the guy we're mainly focusing on today. Hey, but you can even see in the earliest parts of Naruto, the Uchiha clan were not necessarily great people. They were power hungry and they were arrogant. And they would even accuse Itachi of being like, "Oh, you're the one who killed Shisui." I'm like, "No, that's not true. That's the furthest thing from the truth, honestly."
Yeah, ironically, of all the things he did, that was one of the things he just did not do. And why would he kill his best friend? To me, in their minds, they don't even think about that. Why would he have killed Shisui? What does he gain from that?
Especially because it's like, oh, well, to get the Mangekyou Sharingan, which I will say, I always love when he says Mangekyou. His voice is so awesome.
Oh yes, it's almost ASMR. It's like, oh my God, it sounds perfect.
Yeah, but they say, oh, you have to kill the person you're closest with. I'm like, but isn't Itachi like stronger than almost all of you, especially with how young he is? Why would he need to go through with doing that?
You know what? You're not wrong in thinking that. And right now, too, like I've read some things with like Boruto, and that's not necessarily true. You don't have to kill your best friend. I think you just have to go through some type of emotional trauma, and you'll be
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, but at the time they were writing, Kishimoto was writing this. It was just, oh, the person closest to you, ooh, that sort of thing. And at the same time, though, people are like, oh, well, he killed all the Uchiha, and there were probably other ideas. I'm like, yeah, maybe in hindsight there were better ideas, but he's a 13-year-old kid thinking there's not a lot of great options right now.
Yeah, it's like a weird time in the village right now, too. Fourth Hokage's dead. The Uchiha are thinking about doing a coup. You're an Abu Black Ops. You're working directly under the Hokage himself, but Jonzo's also pulling some strings too. You're almost at a loss of what to do.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
so it's almost a damned if you do, damned if you don't. And then on top of that, too, you have Madara, who you believe is Madara Uchiha, is also in the background, still alive, apparently, somehow. And he is also like helping you do some crazy things. So he's almost trapped. As a 13-year-old kid, man, that's really hard to comprehend what you have to do. But in the end, though he does have to. He almost has to kill him just to save his little brother,
Yeah.
and that at the end of the day is his whole thing.
Yeah, because there was even a point where he stood up to the other Uchiha like this clan has no hope left, and right as it seems like he's about to fit like to continue the fight, Sasuke's like, "Big brother, you have to stop." Like he always thought, what would Sasuke want? Well, not even necessarily what would Sasuke want, but he was always thinking about Sasuke. That's why he always took that medicine because he took the medicine to be like, I want to live long enough for Sasuke to kill me. Now, why he couldn't
Correct.
just get rid of the whatever chakra disease he had to just be like, hey, just this just permanently gets rid of it. I still don't fully get, but still,
Hey, look, man, if Hashirama dies like that, I guess like Itachi ain't living through it either.
I get God, chakra like because it took out Kimimaro too because because Kimimaro was probably killing Gara and Lee at that point.
Oh, 100%. That fight wasn't even a fair fight when you really think about it.
Then again,
Lee
in
got
go ahead.
Yeah, like Lee and Gar, I love both of them. They're probably two of my favorite like characters. Lee from a written aspect, and Gara especially from as a character growth. He's probably one of the better characters out there. But they were not beating Kimimaro.
Then again, if Rock Lee hadn't suffered his injuries and had gone like up to the fifth gate against Kimimaro, I don't think Kimimaro Rock Lee wins per se, but the fight's a lot closer though.
I would agree with that statement. I think that he is. I think he lives. I think it is closer. You're 100% right there. I think it is closer. But at the end of the day, yeah, Kimura is still pulling it out. And Gara, I love Gara to death, but like that's if he survived the sand burial, that's all he had left. That's all he had in his. Unless you're willing to bring out Shikaku for that, he was done.
Yeah, yeah. That said, and the thing about Itachi was it no like even when it showed him killing people, even when it showed him killing that girl who seemingly had an interest in him, he put her through that genjutsu, and it was like this is what your life would be like in a perfect world, and now I'm taking you out. It was never like slaughtering people brutally. It was always very
No,
like one and done, like quick and painless.
correct. Like he makes himself out to be the villain, so that like everyone else like has a like it because let's be real, if the Uchiha rebel, do they win? That's the question I have for you. If they rebel, do they win?
See that's where things are a little more difficult because they even because like it's I know it's just one example, but Itachi straight up told Kisame, yeah, if we go up against Jiraiya, we're losing. That's part of the reason they ran away. Whether Jiraiya knew the full story or not, I don't feel like they ever fully explained, but it's I think it's in the case of like if Jiraiya's still there, if you take everybody in the Leaf Village, I think it's the Leaf Village has a chance of winning, depending on who's there at the time.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If the third Hokage is not too old just yet, um, Jiraiya is definitely not in the village because let's be real, Jiraiya, if he was in the village, he'd be with Naruto. Talk about a deadbeat dad.
I'm about to
Um,
say he was Naruto's godfather. And look, we all give Hiruzen a hard time, but let's take a look at Jiraiya as his actual godfather.
I know, right? I'm with you there. But let's say hypothetically, right? The least at full strength. Let's say Jiraiya's back and Tsunade's back. Let's say that like the Inoshika group is there. Let's say that Ebisu, Ebisu is trash.
About to say that
Sorry.
doesn't help.
No, if anything, that makes it worse on them. But that lowers your combat power. What's the guy's name who's in charge of the interrogation corps?
Oh,
Remember?
Ibiki.
ABK. Oh, what a guy, dude. Dude's also kind of OP when you really think about it.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. I guess to me, like it's kind of better for Sasuke in a sense because look, I'm not saying Sasuke would have participated. And he's just a child at that point. But like, how would you feel growing up with like, hey, we had to slaughter a good chunk of your family, and now everybody looks at you as the Uchiha kid who survived, and they're like, he might turn against us because he's an Uchiha and he might want revenge for his clan, which ended up somewhat
Yeah.
happening anyway. But like,
Honestly, I don't even think that happens. I think he just dies. I think honestly, if they rebel, all those Uchiha are done. Everybody, root and stem.
yeah, but what happens with what happened? Like, because what happened? What happens if Itachi learns, hey, we killed your little brother? Like, it might be over at
It's
that point.
done. It's done. He's got nothing to lose at that point. But also, would Madara let him just kill the Leaf Village off rip? I don't know.
Probably not.
Like, also, like, pain is around too, right? And so I don't see Itachi. Also, Itachi cannot beat Obito for nothing. Like I love Itachi, but Obito is so like cracked. Like his abilities are so broken that like you're not gonna be able to get him that genjutsu, and if you do, it ain't gonna be for long.
No.
Like you can't touch him. So I don't know what he does. So like he kind of just has to do whatever he says. So like I think he would. I think he would try to take revenge, but I think he does it for like certain people. He's not killing everybody. Itachi, again, this goes back to our topic. Itachi's not really just this evil person. He's not evil. He's not going to just kill everybody for like the issues of like two people.
Yeah, which is why it's so interesting that they put him with Kisame. It's like Kisame's like, "Oh, you want me to kill people? How many? Well, just two. I'll kill four. No, just two. 10. Got it."
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh yes. Hisame is an animal,
Yeah.
but
One of my favorite
even
characters, though. I love him.
oh yeah, he's my favorite Akatsuki member by
Same.
leaps and bounds. I was gonna say even like for Kisame, like if you look at his backstory, he doesn't like that he has to kill his allies. He just does it because that's his job.
And then
And you
once
can
he
see
does
that.
it,
Go ahead.
I was about to say, then once he does it, he realizes his boss is a traitor. Like he was much like Itachi
He's,
being loyal to the Leaf. Kisame wanted to be loyal to the Mist.
yeah, what was his thing? He wanted to live in a world with no lies.
Yeah, which is why his biggest rival was the guy who's like, I don't remember you. And yeah, the Akatsuki are kind of tragic for the most part.
I was gonna say every Akatsuki member minus two have like actually three have a relatively sad backstory.
Yeah, I love Hidan, but even I'm kind of like, huh, that's
Yeah,
compared to
it's
all the
just
others, this isn't that bad.
no, yeah, he's just a crazy dude. Then you have like Akazu, who says he fought the first Hokage. But he either two things happened there. Either he got straight belt, like it must have been an embarrassing fight because I don't see how that happens. Or he threw a kunai and left. He's like, it's not worth it.
It's just like, yeah, this was a terrible idea in hindsight.
Yeah. Also, his clan or his village are rats for making him fight him. They're terrible for that.
Yeah, I still say Conan is one of the most disrespected members of the Akatsuki, but that's just me.
I would agree. I would honestly say the most disrespected member, honestly, yeah, is Conan because she slept on. She's probably one of the smartest combatants in the verse because I'm trying to think, she was able to come up with that plan, right? Just from seeing his abilities twice, or Obito's abilities twice.
Yeah, and then Obito survived because of some bullshit. Because
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
I'm still not
absolutely.
over that.
Yeah, the Izanagi and Izanami nonsense is crazy to me still. Like, I don't know how you learn how to do that. I don't know how eyes do that, but
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, and not to mention, Itachi also would tell Naruto, "Hey, I know you want to save Sasuke, but if you keep trying to do everything on your own or like live selfishly, you're gonna turn into somebody you can't escape from." And that's when Naruto's like, "Okay, yeah, I kind of get it." Because like I love Naruto and I appreciate his loyalty to Sasuke, but there were times where it was like, dude, if you just give up on this guy, like it's kind of in times he was being selfish, not in a bad like you understand what I mean in a sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Not in a, like a bad way. It's just that he doesn't realize that he's hurting other people by doing all this.
Yeah, and I still love Naruto for that, but and people seem to kind of forget that Itachi also was instrumental, like we said with Kisame. Like, hey man, we both did some horrible things, but we both still have time. We both still have good qualities about us that saves us when he says we're human, we're not fish, which seems weird to say to the giant shark man, but sure, sure, yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of, like, I don't know what Kabuto's idea was bringing Itachi back to life.
Oh, we were gonna. Oh, yeah, I was gonna bring that up too.
Like, yeah, but we'll get to that. All right, we'll get to that whenever you're ready for that one.
I was
But
gonna.
no, it's up. Go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say because in a sense it's like, oh, I'm gonna bring back Itachi, and he immediately snaps out of it. Like, yeah,
Oh,
this was
like
a horrible idea.
he's like, oh God, he broke it. That's bad. That's real bad. He's overwritten the curse. And then Madara does the same thing. I'm trying to figure out how I'm trying to figure out how Madara even knew how to do that.
No, I'm at low key, but going back and rewatching Naruto, I kind of realized that Madara is one of the coolest fighters. With Madara is super cool until you start really thinking about some of the stuff he's doing, and you're like, are you
Yeah,
stupid?
like how are you? Yeah, like what are we doing? What are we doing? What's the plan here?
Yeah, and a lot of people would say with Itachi, it'll be like, oh, well, he's the reason Orochimaru went to Sasuke. And I'm like, well, low key, like, what other Uchiha was Orochimaru going to go after? Because the rest of them were probably going to kill him.
Exactly. Like you gotta feel bad for him. You're like, damn, that sucks. Yeah, they were all gonna kill him. They were all. The rest of them were gonna kill him. He had to steal a kid. But
Yeah,
also, I think like when Orochimaru goes up against what's his name for the first time, or Itachi, that one time, he's like, "What is this?" He's like, I can't handle this. I gotta go." It's like kids for it's now we're just still dealing with kids from now on. Like
yeah,
fuck. He's like, no, this is not the way.
yeah, and I guess to me, people will always be like, "Oh, well, what about well, all the weren't there other innocent civilians? Like, weren't there other kids in the Uchiha clan?" And first of all, I don't know if we completely know if there were or not. At the same time, though, having a bunch of orphan Uchihas running around, I feel like that raises a little more flags than you think it does.
It does. That would be a problem. But also, the answer is yes, there were, and yes, they're dead.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
those
Well,
kids had to go.
yeah, and the thing is, the thing that kind of weirds me out is though it's just like, oh well, then he just ran off and didn't take accountability. What was he supposed to do?
What was he
Dude,
gonna do?
it was supposed to be a secret that hey, deep down he's still kind of on our side. Which let's be honest, let's not act like the Leaf Village are technically the good guy. It's
Oh
like
God, no.
pretty much
The village
everybody in
system
Naruto
is a problem.
they have a head of a torture Ibiki's not head of interrogation. He's head of the torture division. I'm like,
Torture
are
division.
we sure this is the right village we're supposed to be supporting?
Think about it. Like, I was gonna say, think about this. That world sucks to live in. Genuinely, it is a place where kids still go and die. Um, Think about it. The fourth or the first Hokage made the village so that no one would have to watch their kids or like younger siblings die. And ironically, it did work for a bit, but when everyone else started doing it too, it ended up happening again anyway. You almost feel kind of bad for like their system, like they're trapped almost.
Yeah.
Like it's a cycle of just like I don't want to use the word hatred because it is somewhat hatred, but it's also just let's be real. It's convenient to have children soldiers now in their world.
Yeah, not to mention the whole idea of, hey, we're gonna give out Jinchuriki and we're gonna give out tail beasts to everybody. And this
That was
one
the
village,
worst idea that he could have done.
yeah, and he just and the Hokage decide, you know what? I'm gonna give this one village two of them, but one of them is going to suck. So have fun with that.
Which one was that one?
I think it was didn't the Mist Village get two of them because one of them got the freight bubbles one, which wasn't that strong?
I think the Mist got like yeah, they got two. I was gonna Cell got two. The Mist got two.
You know, and then it's like, oh, Sand Village, you just get Shikaku. Is he strong? Eh.
Actually, I think Shikaku was already captured by them. They already had their own Jinchuriki at that point.
Yeah,
They had
yeah,
their own tailed beast. It's just like we want land. We
yeah.
need land.
The whole setup of it was kind of ridiculous, especially. And the thing is that when people are like, "Oh, well, the thing about Itachi is like he did it specifically for power," I'm like, "No,
We did
he
that.
was
What are
like
y'all
the
reading?
he was like the third or fourth strongest member of the Akatsuki. He could beat most of them
Yeah,
relatively
it was not
easily."
for power. It was not for power. And people who think that are stupid, like genuinely stupid.
Yeah, and especially when Kabuto revives him, and he helps Sasuke fight him off, and then says, "Oh, now let's release the reincarnation for a good chunk of people." Because if he doesn't do that, the Alliance isn't winning that fight.
No, no, he is not. They are. Um, when you really look at it, like from Itachi's like standpoint, right? You're a kid. You just killed your clan. You're depressed. Let's be real. He is depressed. He is super depressed, right? But your saving grace is that your brother redeems the clan's image, right? And you just hope that he locks in and does what he has to do, and also hopes that Orochimaru does not like touch him.
The worst part is Sasuke almost didn't because Itachi didn't do this thinking to himself, "Oh, Sasuke's going to learn the truth." No, he took it as, "Oh, Sasuke's going to kill me and he's going to move on." And then Sasuke learned the truth. It's like, "Oh, my brother wasn't so bad. Now I'm going to kill everyone in the village. What about the people who had nothing to do with it and tried to be your friend?" Did I stutter?
That's the one thing he didn't think about. Was like, what would happen? Maybe I should have told him the truth. And then when he finally does, Sasuke's like, "All right, I'm going to be Hokage."
Come again for Big Fudge?
Remember in the manga,
Yeah,
when Itachi tells him the truth, he's like, he goes and when he goes and finds like Naruto and them, he's like, "I'm going to be Hokage."
and then he tries to brainwash everybody into being like, "Oh, well, I'll just put everybody to sleep and then I can be Hokage." I'm like, "So by force?" No.
I mean, let's be real, bro. Like the idea of a Kage is still like you don't rule the land that you're on. You just rule that like village,
Yeah.
which is weird to me because I don't know what's stopping any Kage from like taking over just all of the land.
They always say, "Oh, the Lord of the Land of Fire has this." And I'm like, just yeah, but does he know how? Does he know how to combat a shuriken to the throat?
They don't know how to fight at all. They don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, the political side of Naruto has always been kind of strange, especially because they're like, "Oh, Naruto says he's going to rebuild the image of the Hyuga clan between the side and the main branch." I'm like, Did you actually though? Like,
I
it's
mean,
20 years later. Have you succeeded in that?"
I think he did actually. If you go back and look at it, they look like the Hyuga look actually a lot happier.
Yeah, but the problem is, it's just like, "Oh, he did this." I'm like, "Yeah, but like, how? How did
I don't
he?"
know. Yeah, yeah. They do a lot of tell and don't show, and
Yeah,
and
especially considering the whole, well, should Neji have been part of that? Because he could have been the main reason, like, "Hey, look what happened to me when I was part of the side branch." Hear me out on this one. Similar to how but that's just more of me saying, "Wow, they did the Hyuga clan kind of dirty."
the Hyuga clan was done so bad. Like I felt so bad for them because you had some pretty interesting characters. Some people who knows what they're doing. Some guys who their abilities are pretty cool, and they said too like the Byakugan or the Byakugan as you like to say.
I do.
No, like it's the rival to it, and then they just completely forgot about it.
Yeah, like the Hyuga are the strongest in the Hidden Leaf. I'm like, well, we know like four members, and one of them is Hanabi, and she's in grade school right now, so I don't think she
Exactly.
counts.
Right? I was about to say, Hizashi Hyuga or Hiyashi or his I can't remember which is which, man.
I think Hiyashi is Hinata's dad. He's the one. He's the one
He's the one
who,
that's alive.
yes, the one that's a lot. The one who probably should have died instead of Neji, if we're being 100% honest.
Now, that always confused me too, not to go off topic, but it always
Please,
confused me.
please.
I was like, why would you just sacrifice yourself for these guys who not hate you, but see you as like indispensable? And they're like, this is why we have a branch family. I was like, he was like, nah, I need to do it. And then he's like, no, brother, I'm doing it out of my free will. I was like, are you sure? Are you really
That
sure?
that's not a good idea. And it's implied that he was a pretty decent guy, and
Yeah,
Hiyashi
he's
is
a
just
nice
sort of
guy.
a dick to Hinata. I'm rewatching some filler stuff right now for an upcoming video, and Hiyashi's just like, "Hey, Hinata, you're going on a mission? Cool. Try not to be a burden this time." I'm like, "What the fuck's wrong with you, dude?"
Yeah, he's got some issues, man. I'm not gonna lie. Then you have like Shikamaru's dad, the most level-headed person in the whole village,
Well,
and
he convinced
Choji's dad.
Shikamaru to stop hating women, so that helps.
That's true. He's like, hey, man, you don't know what you're missing.
And then it's
Then
like
you have
they're the strongest clan to leave. I'm like, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Aburame are right there, and I don't remember any one of them dying at any point. So, yeah, maybe them.
there's only one confirmed death of the Aburame clan, and that was Shino's brother, and he got hoed.
Yeah, yeah. And he was responsible for Shisui's death. And it just that to me is the thing about Itachi. He's never once said I did the right thing. He's never once happy about anything he's done.
No,
He is miserable about it. And yet there are
no.
people like Kisame who say Itachi helped me. Sasuke realizes, oh, Itachi kind of had a reason for doing what he's doing. They heralded him
Even
as a hero in the Leaf. But
even
yeah,
Naruto considers him a hero at this point because he's like, this guy actually like sacrificed a lot to do a lot of things. And I can respect. He's like, I can respect that.
yeah, I've said it before. I feel like if Itachi, let's pretend for whatever reason, let's pretend Itachi didn't die. Like Sasuke decided, no, I know the truth. I don't need to kill Itachi. Itachi gets revealed as a spy. I don't know if Kisame stays in the Akatsuki at that point because when Itachi died, Kisame was like, I don't even know if I want to be here anymore because Itachi was my best friend.
I think here's the thing. I think Kisame does stay because when Obito reveals himself, he's like, "Oh, okay, it's you. You." He's like, "I know who you are. I trust you. You're the only person who's ever been really honest with me."
Yeah, but if
Because
Itachi was still alive and just defected from the Akatsuki, would Kisame have stayed? Because I don't think it's as clear cut as yes, he stays in the Akatsuki. That's it's a
I
little
think
more of a
he's,
gray.
I think he's conflicted. I think he really gets conflicted. But when Madara tells him his plan, I think he still stays begrudgingly. But I don't think he wants to kill. I don't think he would have any like ill will against like Itachi. And the funny thing is, I don't think Madara would either, or Obito would either, because he'd be like, you know, I get it. Yeah, you got it, bro.
Well,
You're
considering how easy Naruto was able to turn Obito around, I'm not sure how much it would have mattered in the long run.
this is true. This is very true. That being said about Kisame, let's say hypothetically, like Itachi does tell the truth, right? And Kisame does go with him. The Akatsuki are kind of screwed.
Yeah,
The Akatsuki are screwed because if he leaves, that's really like you have Pain and Konan, and that's about it. That is it.
yeah. Not to mention, Kisame's death did lead to them gaining information about the alliance and everything. And without that information, I don't know how long this war lasts.
To be honest, how much information did they get? Because if I recall, before they got like any real information, he kills himself. Because they like we almost got we know who Madara is, and then he bites off his own tongue to make sure he does not uh, do any information. Now, if they give him, now, if they have him on their side, the Akatsuki are done for
Yeah.
because they know about the what's his name Zetsu's and stuff because surely Kisame knew about that.
Yeah.
And then you have like who else, bro? Trying to think of his name. But also you have like nobody trying to come kill Killer B or take him. And then God forbid, like that's your best duo too.
Yeah.
Like
Not
Itachi and Kisame are just deadly together.
Yeah, not to mention the whole idea of remember when Kisame fought against Guy for the last time, he did so without Samehada, and Guy had to go to the seventh gate. If Kisame had Samehada with him, I'm not sure.
Yeah, actually trying. Yeah, that'd be a problem. That would be a problem. Like Itachi first says, he's like, "Don't mess with my guy, bro. He's actually kind of cracked." And then like he actually takes him seriously. He's like, "Oh yeah, he's actually kind of good." And then so when they actually if they are fighting like full power, I think Guy might have to go to the eight gates because he's just going to get his chakra stolen every time.
Yeah, and if he goes to the eighth, is that technically even still? Well, I'd say he'd probably die, but based on the last time he used the eight gates, Naruto just saved his life. It's probably considered a victory for him.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I honestly, Kisame is one of the most like versatile people to have. He's easy to work with,
Yeah.
surprisingly for a shark man. Then like Itachi as well is also very versatile, very easy to work with. And if you lose either one, and when they did lose either one, like you could see like they just weren't who they were anymore. Like Hedon and Kakuzu, they were good at making money, but that was about it. Um, who else? You had like let's see, the art duo, let's say Bones. Man went out bad, sorcery, poor man. Feel
Yeah.
bad for him.
The only person who might be a problem is Datara, but that's only if he blew himself up, which he said multiple times. I'm not doing that again because the first time I did it, it was perfect. Why would I try to replicate that?
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, that's a once in a lifetime thing. I'm never doing that again."
Yeah, because if that happened, the war would have been over in about 4 minutes at best.
Indeed. I would agree. Like, if he just kept exploding himself, like that war is done. But they were also smart enough to bring a lightning style user into that battle, so like he couldn't do it anyway.
Yeah, yeah. That said, my whole thing, it's somewhat unrelated, but with Sasuke, it's I need to rebuild the Uchiha clan, which is why you only have one child right now.
Let's
At
be
least
real.
like three,
Let's be real.
maybe?
I know, right? But let's be real. He is not a good parent.
No,
You
no.
know?
Not too many people in Boruto seem to be good parents. I'm not gonna lie.
Ironically, it's the ones who had good parents or still are good parents.
Choji seems like a good dad.
Joji and Shikamaru are the best dads. You can't blame Naruto for not being a good dad when you don't have a dad to begin with.
Yeah, I, I guess I probably I probably wouldn't have phrased it that exact way, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, I know it sounds bad when I say it, but like in this show in particular, like, look, Sai does not know how to be a parent at all. Bless his.
Sai's not a horrible dad. He's not fantastic, but he's trying. You can tell
He's
he's
trying.
trying his best.
He is trying. He is trying. But then again, his wife is scary, so I'll give it to him.
Yeah, I don't blame him either. And I think and that it's like I said, like Itachi's not malicious. It's outside of the fantasies or the vision Sasuke has before he knows the truth. And after that, it's once again, he's like, hey, he tells Sasuke, you don't have to forgive me. You do not have, I'm not asking, I will always love you, but you don't have to forgive me. I get it.
He's like, I know what I did was wrong, man. Like, it's okay. He's
Yeah,
like, it's okay.
yeah, and look, did he do you're never gonna get me fully on your side when you say, "Hey, I just slaughtered a bunch of people, most of whom I was related to," but he didn't have a whole lot of other options. The Uchihas were kind of assholes.
Oh, 100%. Like, going back to the Uchihas, right? Like, they are an interesting group of people. How powerful are they? I could not tell you as a whole. Only two people we know had, or three had the Mangekyo Sharingan that we're aware of. Was Sasuke's dad, um, Itachi, and Shisui,
Yeah,
right? We know for a fact Itachi and Shisui are not betraying the village. They're not. They're not. They wouldn't do that. Fugaku is different. though, because I couldn't tell you if he would or not.
I feel like he might, in all honesty.
Honestly, I could see him doing it. I could see him doing it because I think he was leading to that anyway. And if he does, like, that's a dangerous person to have because he could just take over like let's say like they do their plan like in the filler and they're gonna take over they're gonna use Naruto and to release the Nine Tails. That is like a genuine threat. And he kind of would have to go down for that. And if I recall correctly, before Itachi kills his parents, he's just like in tears, just like he's struggling. But his parents aren't mad at him either. They're just like, "You're a good son. Don't forget that."
Yeah, if the people you're killing try and tell you you're not that bad of a person, like maybe maybe you did some okay in life. Well, his dad, his their mom seemed for the most part pretty chill. Like yeah, because Loki, looking back at it, Fugaku was not a great dad to Sasuke because he
Oh
was
no,
always
he's
talking about
terrible.
Itachi. He would always talk. Nobody in that family was always like, "Hey, you'll be just like Itachi someday. Hey, make sure you don't lose to Itachi." I'm like, yeah, telling your kid about your favorite sibling, which isn't them, you know you've sucked as a parent if that's your biggest if that's what you're doing.
Yeah, I think his expectations were way too high for Sasuke anyway. I think he thought he was going to be like Sasuke off the, or he was going to be like Itachi off the jump. And when he wasn't, he's like, all right, I don't know what to do now. This is kind of a problem.
Yeah, and the moment when Itachi's like, "Hey, I can't do whatever you want me to do. It's the entrance exam. We all have to go support Sasuke." Hey, and then they go, "Oh, right, that." I'm like, "Oh, great. So, okay, all right. This whole family is awful."
Oh yeah, they're terrible. They're terrible. They are terrible.
And then Sa,
Also,
go ahead.
I was going to say, also promoting a child to what's it called? Um, bloody hell, what's it called?
Shunin,
Promoting a
Jonin.
like not even like they promoted him a year in. He was like 6 years old when he went on his like first like mission outside the village. Who does that? Who really does that when you really think about it?
Well, the second Hokage did say, "Hey, I want the Chunin exams so kids aren't dying needlessly," which you would think that's not such a bad idea. And then you look at the results and you're like, "This is a little bit of a problem."
This is a serious problem. They use the breeding ground. And then like you see them dying in the tuning exam too. I'm like, well, he's dead. And we did all right, not to go on a Boruto tangent here, but I will say this, and they were right about this in the first series. That tuning exam really did prepare them for like the real world
It did.
because that forest of death was dangerous, like insanely dangerous. How they got out of there, like they got lucky.
Yeah, though to be fair, did I don't think any of them like had Orochimaru not shown up. I don't think
Yeah,
like Team Seven gets as nearly as they don't get nearly as strong as they do.
I agree. But also, like you had the sound group show up. Then you have to deal with Gara's group, bro. Gara's group was Gara was on something.
Yeah,
Because
Gara and Tamari and Kankuro. I guess Kankuro beat kind of a nobody at that point in the tuning exam, so I don't know if he counts at this point.
no, Conqueror like beat nobody really. Yeah, so he ain't there. He lost to Shino. Well, I love Shino. I think Shino's a very interesting character and very interesting power set.
Yeah, and
And
also
like,
the fact that Shino doesn't fight to kill, because if he did, yeah, Kankuro probably would be bug food
oh,
by
he'd
now.
be dead. Yeah, he would have been dead. He would have been dead. He was a dead man walking. And I'm trying to think here. Tamari is a different story. Tamari is actually really powerful when you really think about it. And like her wind scythe jutsu is crazy deadly. It cleared out a forest like it was nothing.
Yeah, yeah, but then again, she went against 10-10, and that's kind of 10-10 was at a
That's a
disadvantage no matter how strong she was.
yes, and that was a pass. That was damn near a pass. That was like you gave a girl gave her somebody who's like everything would be like up against it was the perfect match for her because it's all of her strengths put on one person
Yeah,
who
yeah.
can't handle that.
And then Tamari blocked Rock Lee's kick and assumed he wasn't that strong. I'm like, I don't know. If Rock Lee had gone up against you, Tamari, you would have gotten folded. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, if she keeps him at a distance, it's a good fight. It is a very good fight, but I
Yeah, but
agree.
once he drops
She's
the
different.
weights, how fast is he?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
will she be able
She
to keep
can't
up
keep
with
up with
that?
him. She wouldn't be able to keep up with him. She wouldn't. Like even Sasuke, like when they first met, Sasuke was like, "This dude is different." Like even like Kakashi was like, "Guy, what were you doing to this kid?"
I was like,
Like,
oh, I'm sorry. What else was I
what?
supposed to do? He can't learn ninjutsu or genjutsu. What other options were there?
There were no options. None. Zero. He had to only, this is the only one. And he's like, Guy, what are you doing? He's like, I don't want to hear it from you. He's like, and then Kakashi goes and teaches them the Shidori.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah. But Loki, when you go back and watch that fight, you kind of realize, yeah, guys have way better sensei than Kakashi. But unfortunately, that's not saying a lot.
let's be real. What did Kakashi really teach Naruto?
Walking up trees.
About it. He also somewhat helped him learn the Rasen Shuriken.
Yeah, but the Asuma, I feel like Asuma had more of a. Yeah, 3 years later, he finally is like, here you go, have a jutsu.
I know, right? But you're not wrong. I would say Asuma definitely played more of a role about chakra control. And God, what a man. What a man, Asuma. Weak as hell, but what a man.
Well, when he died to the weakest Akatsuki one of the weaker Akatsuki members, yeah, that I get that.
To be fair to him, there's no way you could have known that man is immoral or mortal and is doing crap like that.
No, oh, now going back to it, how many notable outside the Uchihas, how many notable people did Itachi actually kill? Because seemingly
Yes.
he let Kisame do a good chunk of it, or at times he'd be like, "Hey, Kisame, we need to move on." And Kisame would respect that because like it's Itachi, but at the same time, like I'm not trying. Once again, I'm not trying to say, "Hey, you murdered a whole group of people," but like, what does that have to do with it? I'm just saying, how often did he actually run around killing people?
This is true. He really, yeah, now that you say that, I don't remember if he really killed anyone after that. Like, he either captures you or he lets Kisame kill you.
Yeah. Or he goes, "Oh, I'll put you in a Genjutsu for 3 days," and then Naruto and Jiraiya left the village for a week, but Tsunade still had to come back and help. I'd be like, "No, I will. It 3 days." I still don't understand what happened there.
I think it took such a toll on the body,
Maybe that's it.
honestly, because that genjutsu to be trapped in there sucks, like genuinely. That is top 10 worst things that could happen to somebody is being trapped in the Tsukinome that or Tsukiyomi because like if you're stuck in that thing like that, like God help you because you're done.
Yeah, yeah, that's probably why Kakashi said, "Don't look in his eyes." And then he proceeded to do that because I'm the only one who can handle it. I no, you,
You
I give.
clearly can, buddy.
And then Mike Guy shows up and says, "Just look at his feet." And I'm like, "Oh, did not know Mike Guy was a feet guy." But hey, to each their own. It's like, "Oh no, he means fighting." Got it.
Yeah, I know. Think about it, so guy is low key one of the best like on your feet thinkers in a fight because his fight against Obito shows like how good he actually is when it comes to like actually locking in when it's time to lock in. Like there's not a point where I thought this man's done. Like he's like I'm not going to use my fist against the guy who could grab me and take me away somewhere. I'm going to use nunchucks
Yeah,
that I can just kick back.
yeah, especially considering technically Mike Guy does have a summon, that giant turtle tortoise thing that he used maybe twice.
Yeah, he's used it a few times. But I was going to say, I don't think it was ever said that Guy can't use ninjutsu. It's just that he like it's just that's not his thing.
Yeah. Especially considering the eight gates also amplifies ninjutsu and genjutsu. I'm like, huh, somebody else should probably learn that. But then when Lee starts teaching it to people in Boruto, it's just no, just use taijutsu. I'm like, no, yeah, sure, okay, fine.
Well, I get why like not everyone can learn it because if everyone could learn it, right, it takes such a toll on the body. Not everyone could do it. Like Sakura could not learn that.
Yeah, but you're telling me not one person could learn ninjutsu and then open to I don't need like the fourth gate, maybe?
I mean, like Kakashi can do it.
I think they said he could open the first one, and that might be it. But it's been so long since I've seen that episode.
I know it's been a while, but I know Kakashi can use it. And I would not be surprised because, like, if Hiruzen knows how to use it too, because he knows how to use everything in the Leaf Village.
Yeah, yeah. And if Rock Lee and Sakura had a kid, that kid probably can heal themselves and know eight gates. So that kid might be cracked out.
Yeah, if Rock Lee's kid ever learns like the healing seals, like that would be a problem because you get super strength and like the taijutsu of like the eight inner gates. Yeah, that is a bad combination.
Yeah.
That is a bad combination against anyone you're going up against. If Tsunade ever learned that crap, instead of just like boxing, actually, the fact that Tsunade just uses like her pure strength alone, and most people cannot stand up to her, that's a problem. But give her like something like that, that'd be overkill.
Yeah, and and the whole thing I'm thinking is if had Itachi survived, getting back to it, if Itachi had survived, there's a good to fair chance they're breaking him a Hokage and they're saying, "Hey, the war's over. We won. You're a Hokage now." Because like,
I don't think so. I don't
really,
think so. I don't
really,
think so. No, you still like committed mass genocide. You can't be here, buddy.
I don't know, man. That village is pretty. Everybody in that village is pretty fucking forgiving at times. Had they forgave Sasuke when he was trying to kill people just for the sake of it, just for the sake of all his trauma. Like, I, he's the Shadow Hokage, but still, I don't think it's
I don't
out
know,
of the
man.
realm of possibility that Itachi would have been Hokage at some point.
I don't know. Orochimaru still can't step foot in that damn village. Like he has
Yeah,
to
but
work outside.
true, but they would see it as hey, because you can't because if like had he survived, there's a good to fair chance they would have said, "Hey, everybody, this is why Itachi did what he did." Because if he didn't, well, yeah, we would have had a bit of a problem.
Also, I think Kakashi still gets it. Kakashi's just too famous. He knows too much. He's done too much. Also, like I don't think Itachi would want to be Hokage anyway.
That
Also,
makes. I was gonna
everyone
say,
would
yeah,
be
I can see
too
that.
everyone would be too scared of Itachi anyway. They're like, get him out of here. That man is a menace. Also, I don't think any Uchiha can be Hokage at this point.
You're saying
After this,
Sarada has no chance?
I'm not saying she has no chance. She has more chance than like any Uchiha ever before her, but she's also the only one, and she does. I can't tell you like what she's doing right now because I haven't read Boruto in like 4 years. Last thing I heard is she unlocked her Mangekyo. Spoilers.
Yeah, and I also heard that she did like it was more out of love than it was out of like actual trauma, but that maybe I'm wrong on
Yeah.
that.
Uchihas are just very emotional creatures. That's what I've gotten out of this. Maybe, just maybe, if they weren't all lunatics at a point, you know, I
Th- th-
think they, I think they would have figured that one out.
So if they just had a village therapist, everything would have worked out.
Honestly, man, I feel like in any anime, if you have a therapist, everything can be sorted out
Eh,
fairly quickly.
Persona 5 might be the one where it's like, we introduced a therapist to the story, and oddly enough, everything got worse. Not from a writing perspective, but from a, huh, he the bad guy? Honestly, no, no we still don't know yet. It's a gray area.
I was gonna say, My Hero Academia is another one where that kind of happens too, because Shigaraki's like, I don't know what my purpose is. And so he goes to Deku, who's like, you gotta help me out here, or you're dead man. He's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like they just have a civil conversation, kind of, and he's like, "Wait a minute, I know my purpose," and then just leaves. I was like, "All right, therapy kind of helped him a little bit, but not really." But also, he's insane, so only so much therapy can help you.
Yeah, yeah, but just I that's my way. What we've emphasized this before is what did Itachi do the perfect thing? No.
No,
Was
no,
Itachi a perfect person? Absolutely,
no,
absolutely
no.
not. But is he this evil megalomaniac, power obsessed monster that people say that who only watch Naruto on TikTok seem to think? No.
No, no. He's not evil. Is he like damaged? Yes, but he's not evil. He's done bad things, but he is not evil. Vegeta is more evil than him.
And everybody worships the ground that guy walks on. Goku makes a
Okay.
mistake, people are like, Goku, what the fuck? Vegeta makes a mistake, and people and fans find a way of excusing it. But that might be another
So
point for another day.
exactly, that's
When we
another discussion.
when we
Yes.
finally talk about who screwed up the most during the Cell arc, because I feel like we all have a different stance on it.
Oh my God, it was 100% Vegeta. It's Vegeta's fault.
All right, so okay, you and I are in agreement, but Richard blamed Future Trunks at one point, and I'm like, ooh, we're gonna have a fight at some point.
Vegeta could have just killed him, and he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. Then again, I'm still mad at Krillin for deciding, no, I'm not gonna press this button that would infinitely help me and the rest of humanity. No, no, no. But another point for another day.
Exactly. Trying to think what else. Um, Trying to think. Yeah, Itachi's not evil. He's not a good. I wouldn't say he's a good person. Oh, you obviously can't be after what you've done, but he does regret what he does, and he can't stand himself for it. And he does anything he can to protect the Leaf Village after that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and does he have to be your favorite character? No, of course not.
No.
Not heck. There are times like people have told me how much they think Madara is one of their favorite characters, and I think, hey, Madara's cool. Once again, until you really think about it, and you're like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. But
I agree.
okay. Hey, but that's the point. If anything, I think that's a testament to how well Naruto characters are written. You could say something. You could tell me Choji's your favorite character. I'd be like, yeah, I respect it.
You know what? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Choji's cool, man. I feel like nobody can really hate Choji either.
Yeah.
If you do, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Is he a fat boy? Yes, he is, but he's our fat boy.
He's just a little chubby.
Yeah. God forbid you call him fat to his face. He loses it.
God damn it, Sai. Please don't do that again.
God, sigh, man. What a waste of a character.
I still like him.
I'm not saying I don't like him, but it's just wasted potential.
Yeah, that's also unfortunately a good chunk of Naruto characters, sadly.
That's two-thirds. That's two-thirds of him, man. It's sad.
Yeah, heck, I'd still think Haku was low key wasted, not fully wasted, but enough to the point where I'm like, if Haku had lasted even a couple of years longer, they might have found something for him.
Not gonna lie. Going back. Ooh, sorry. Going back and rewatching it, Haku was probably one of the best characters out there because he has a beginning, a middle, and an end.
Yeah,
He has it's crazy. Also, it's crazy that Haku and Kimimaro knew each other for like a split second.
yeah, and then they just decide, no, that's enough.
Yeah. He's like, "Are you with the Mist Village?"
And it's
And he's
obviously
like,
like, so what if we are like, oh yeah, you don't want that smoke, run.
"Yeah." He's like, "Yeah." I'm not gonna lie, that would have been an awesome fight to see.
Yeah, then again, people were also saying Zabuza should have taken Haku and Kimimaro. I'm like, if that had happened, Team 7 would not have survived that.
Oh yeah, they're dead. They're dead. They are dead. Done. Finished. They don't stand a chance. And like they are cooked.
Yeah, which low-key makes me wonder if Zabuza had won that fight with just him and Haku, he would have killed Team 7, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, the story wouldn't have gone much longer after that.
Exactly. Think about it. Outside of like Shadow Clone Jutsu and like his amps from like the Nine Tails. What does Naruto have?
Uh, a giant shuriken that he can transform into.
It's true. This is very true.
I
This
mean,
is very true.
I don't think it's going to fool Zabuza twice, though.
No, the fact that it worked the first time is crazy.
Yeah. But is there anything else we have on Itachi before people will clip part of this and realize and try and act like we don't know what we're talking about because people just love to dump on the guy?
Um, I think Itachi is probably one of the best written characters, and not just in the series, but probably like in the in like in most shonen anime.
Exactly.
Reason why I say this is because you just see from like if you know what you know from beginning to end, his story is so like tragic and just so sad. And at the end of it, right, you could see why he did it. Like you're given so few options, and then you're like you have to come find a way to like save everything, and that's the only thing you can do. That's a hard choice for like any person to do, and it makes you think, what would somebody your age do in
Probably
that
not
same
anything
situation?
better.
Nope.
But yeah, still, like we said, the right thing? No. But what? But how many other options did he have? Very, very few.
Exactly. So yeah, like you feel for him. You really do feel for him.
Yeah.
And like I always felt bad for him too after I found out the story. When he first died, I was like, thank God that to put that man down. Looking back, goddamn, that is so sad.
Yeah. Yeah, and I do notice a lot of people who talk down on him say, "Oh, well, Sasuke. That's why Sasuke's in the right." I'm like, Sasuke was willing to slaughter several people who had nothing to do with this conflict. Not sure how you can say he's the good guy in this, but hey, what do I know?
Exactly. Look, man, like there's a point where the plot is just saving Sasuke anyway.
Yeah,
Like he should have died about 5 times when he fought Killer Bee. He should have died about at least twice.
yeah. Datara probably should have killed him at some point.
Oh God, yes. I get why he didn't. Sasuke was like a hard counter to him, but surviving that, I didn't even see him do the summoning. I was like, all right, buddy, okay, all right.
Yeah,
But I was gonna say, and then he's got his chest caved in twice. For God's sake, said he survived both times, which is insane to me. But then again, it is what it is.
yeah, yeah. But I appreciate you coming out, man. Because when I first told you about this video, you seemed excited, which I was surprised by. I thought you'd be like, sure, fine. But you seemed happy. But I appreciate you coming on, man.
Oh, dude, anytime, man. I'm always happy to come and support you any way I can.
Yeah.
And it was good to be back on the podcast. I wouldn't mind doing this again, honestly.
Sure,
This was fun.
absolutely. Do you? I usually ask this for our guests, but do you have anything you're looking to promote, or just anything you're doing that you want the people to check out, or like bomb your comment section about, whatever?
I'm trying to think here. Go read Berserk. Go read One Piece right now. It's good stuff. Support your local mailman. I don't know why I said that. It's just mailmen have to go through a lot.
I mean, they bring you your manga, so that helps.
It's true. It's true. Also, please, please, please be nice to your waiters and waitresses. And also, please read. Please read. Reading helps everybody.
Yeah. Very few downsides to reading, but once again,
This is true.
yeah. But gentlemen, ladies, ladies, what do you guys think of Itachi? Did we say anything to change your mind? Do you still hate him? Do you still love him? Or are you one of the very few people who's just like, I mean, he's okay, I guess.
I think he's the GOAT, honestly, of the whole series.
Yeah.
But
but for me, I still think my favorite character is my guy. But that's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's hard to. I can't argue against Itachi.
I'm not gonna lie. The guy is just the GOAT of GOATs. Like he's the king of kings. He is he's a genuine bright light in this whole series, and no one can tell me otherwise.
Exactly. But maybe we missed something. So maybe you guys let us know. Maybe one of Jabari's classes lets us know and say, Mr. Bennett, your opinions are trash.
Oh, I'll get that. I get that a lot. And guess what? You know what I tell them? There goes that grade.
Oh
Just
my
saying.
god. Oh, that's terrible. But anyways, we appreciate you guys. Ace, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you next time. This has been Alex.
This is Jabari. Bye.
And you've been listening to Anime Egotists. Good night and peace easy.